What would be your vote for the worst road for you to drive on?
Richmond.
Yeah, why?
Because traffic's terrible and the closures are miserable.
Bloor, west on Bloor. The bike lanes that don't go all the way, and getting over there is just really hard because you're this tight with all the cars.
Oh, we're driving along Shooter Street. This is my pick for the worst road in Ontario. And starting today, you can have your say. Let us know what your worst road is. What route gives you the biggest headache as the CAA launches its 15th annual Worst Roads campaign.
In the traditional sense, we've seen a lot of motorists, especially comment on potholes and crumbling pavement in their communities. But we're hearing feedback a lot more from cyclists and even transit riders themselves.
This year's campaign is asking everyone from tow truck drivers to emergency services to cast their votes online. Last year, Burlington Street East in Hamilton was named the worst in the entire province. Dufferin topped the Toronto list.
Most people in Ontario don't fall only into the category of driver or pedestrian or cyclist. We're all of those things. So it's an opportunity, to remind people just because it's the CAA campaign doesn't mean you can't think about that bike commute or your walk, your walk to school.
The CAA claims past repeat offenders like Steeles West and Bayview have been improved as a result of their previous surveys. But the city's transportation department says it plans road work based on its own surveys, not the CAA's. And on BT this morning, the mayor says there's more work on the way.
If you go back to the beginning when I took this office, we had, I think, 5 of the top 10. We're down to 2 of the top 10 worst roads in Ontario, and one is Dufferin and one is Yonge Street, and both are slated to have work done. I mean, for example, Dufferin will have work done downtown around Dundas and also up around the 401 this year. We'll spend $170 million fixing roads this year.
The online voting continues until April 15th, with the winners or the losers, depending how you look at it, being announced sometime in May. On St. George, Tammie Sutherland, City News.